woman's here. She's not going to be the one because Christian has always said it.
And I know that.
So it'll be
another
why I'm fine
woman with him, you know, doing what he do. I don't have no problem with that.
It'll be another woman to wage war against.
I can't start.
Little black book, you know what time it is. Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We are giving you guys a special review. Yes, I am not here by myself. I am joined by a lovely co-host. You might recognize her from the live panels, our sharpshooter, our cerebral assassin. She's joining me today to discuss Family and Fiance Season 2, Episode 3 with Christian and Renata. So I'm going to introduce her to the stage, but before we do, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications up, lows, and for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. All right, let's get into the show, baby. Stay hydrated. Hello.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Layla, how you doing? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you, Sojo?
What was that?
Just, it's my happy dance.
But you're glowing, sis. The chocolate is chocolating. You're looking even more chocolatey than usual. What's going on?
That's that summertime, summertime sun, get the melanin popping, percolating,
Okay.
I've been outside this year. I've been outside.
Outside. All right. You might have to drop a skincare routine. People are going to be asking what they want to know,
Yep. Keep it simple. CeraVe,
I have no clue what that is. I'm UK. Okay. But we'll discuss that later on. All right, cool. So we are discussing Family and Fiance. We're discussing, obviously, the show, episode 3, Christian Renata. It was a crazy episode. If you haven't watched it, guys, spoilers alert. We're going to spoil it all. So if you haven't watched it, don't watch this because we're going to spoil it all. But I guess obviously, let me hand it to you later. The main points that we kind of saw from the show was Christian, I guess, dating Renata, them looking to get towards marriage, but then Christian having this almost polyamory but polygamous kind of relationship with Renata, consensually but unconsensually at the same time, drafting in another friend called Mona as well. So there was just a lot going on in this episode.
In a different light. When we got together, we thought that if we had an additional person that was involved in our relationship, that...
What was your overall thoughts of the actual episode in terms of the couple and what was going on with them?
I felt like, it's a tale as old as time, when you're a woman who seeks to understand a man and seeks to almost nurture him and be extremely forgiving and extremely, extremely flexible with him. Sometimes you can end up in this situation, right? The door was cracked open when you were in this, I don't even know if it started out as a polyamory. I think it maybe started out as like threesomes.
If we had an additional person that was involved in our relationship, that things would still have spice to them.
You know what I mean? Like it started out as like, we hook up with her.
Yeah.
Or like she was interested in exploring sexually what it would be like to be with another woman and a man. And that's how they met and fell for each other. And then it became like, well, she's both of our girlfriends.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, I hope somebody can comment below after this video is posted. I'm not sure, did he really, did it start out with that being her intention? Because when they said they met on Facebook, like on a internet kind of like back page, like I'm down for the threesome action, but was it I'm down for the romantic attachment? Because that's how threesomes get very messy from what I've seen, is like when one person takes it beyond the sexual interaction to a more emotional attachment.
Yes.
And so did you get emotionally attached to her and then convince Renata that she also should be emotionally attached to this girl? Because Renata seems like a very giving, loving, nurturing person. And she might have said, oh, this woman's lost, we can definitely be kind to her. And now you out here on Oprah's TV channel arguing,
looking silly
over this platinum blonde, Chris Angel looking man, about who's gonna be his number one, but y'all engaged. You see what I'm saying? That's the okie doke. That's the okie doke.
That's how they rope you in.
That's how they rope you in. Oh, don't you want to try something new? Do you want to try something new? Now you got somebody living in your house telling you about your own hand.
For him to side with the females.
Or to be in their own separate relationship.
Yeah.
But you know what some people are going to say? That's why you don't go in that group looking for a partner.
It's true. I mean, obviously, they started the relationship to be... I do believe they started the relationship to be kind of like, you know, to spice things up. Right. And I agree with you. I don't think if I remember correctly, remember the clip, it wasn't to be the person there wasn't meant to be feelings attached. Actually, this is how the Mona situation got out of hand too. There wasn't meant to be feelings attached. It's meant to be person added in. She was cool with that. Person added in. You have a little threesome, and then the person goes away. And actually, it's very similar to watching. I was watching Couples Retreat with Michael Blackson and his girlfriend, who's I think they now become husband and wife now. I think he proposed to her. And the same thing happened, which was originally when they started, he was allowed to have other women brought in, but you were never meant to have feelings for them. And they should never get to the point where they have chest to talk back to you, right? And unfortunately, he didn't do that. And the same thing here with Christian too, where it's like, you're not supposed to have feelings or create a relationship with this person. They are just an add-on. They're like a sex toy. They're an add-on. You're not supposed to fall in love with a sex toy. You know what I mean?
But do you know what ends up happening? And this is from the mouth of a couple different men that have told me this. The sex is better when she's in love. So I think that they are just allowing it to happen. It increases the intimacy. It increases the passion. And it also, you know, is just nice to be adored. You know, I mean, women, I think naturally, you know, we as the feminine sex, like we do like to be adored. We like to be showered with gifts and compliments and, you know, put on a pedestal to a certain extent. But you know, when like men, I feel like when they sort of get into that bag, like it's like a bottomless pit. Like this woman is literally existing to feed his ego. He is feeding off of her. That's why he won't let her go. I think he truly does love Renata, and I think he truly does see her as like a woman he would want to marry. But it's like, he's good. Like, why are you trying to make me give away my
power?
Yeah, my power, my superpower. She makes me feel like I can do anything. She makes me feel like I am this person. When I get dressed in the morning, I spike out my platinum blonde hair. I got a pink suit on, my chest all oiled up, and my chain. She makes me feel like I am that person, that rock star, that, you know, larger than life character. That's how she looks at him. And Renata's talking about, you need to take out the trash.
She looks at Christian more like almost like a god.
You don't look at me like that?
I don't think I look at you like that.
So that means you ain't in love with me?
I'm in love with you, but I don't look at you like a...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's true. It's true.
Why can't you help me with the laundry? I've been working all day. And that's not the energy that Mona was bringing. Mona was bringing a very worshiping energy.
Yeah, and I think I can't remember. It was definitely was said. Mona said, not Mona, but when they were discussing between Christian and Renata, I think she mentioned about how Mona sees him like a god, and he was like, "What? Don't you see me like a god?" She was like, "No, like you're my partner. Like, why am I seeing like?" And that in itself is what's so, I guess, so crazy about it, but it makes sense as to why he keeps Mona around. If someone is willing to give you everything without you having to give everything back, why would I want to give that up, right? There is no incentive for, especially for the male, to give that up, because there are no consequences for my actions. If I have 3 women who adore me and love me, the world doesn't crucify me. Right. So there is no disadvantage of me keeping 3 women or 2 women on the go, because I don't get any consequences from this bad behavior. Yes, there may be emotional, repercussions that may happen for the other party, but as for me, I'm enjoying and I'm winning. And I got my woman that I love, who we make a partnership with, and then I got my friend who doubles up as my sexual partner, who I can call in whenever I want to catch it. And this is almost like this. that naughty place where I think a lot of us guys do. Like when you hear a guy say, "I want my girl to be like one of the boys, but not one of the boys." This is that perfect blend we're talking about. But it's the most dangerous place to be in, because actually, no girl can be your boy. Like, do you know what I mean? No girl who is actually your girl, being romantic wise, can be your boy, because in a sense what you're asking for is this perfect blend which does not exist. It's almost and one party always loses out. For instance, what I mean by this is like you have a friend, right, who you can flirt with, catch two jokes with, you know, and what makes it better, just like the sex situation, is the fact that their potential to catch feelings is there. If there's no potential to catch feelings, it's not really as fun. The fun is there is generally fire literally at the bottom of this pit if you fall in. And that's what makes it interesting between the two parties, and people play that dangerous game. And I think here we're kind of seeing that same thing. It's that dangerous game of Mona definitely loves him, but she's not meant to overstep her mark in a sense. But she's already done that, and I guess she's
already done it, and he's encouraged it.
Yeah.
You know, Tracy, is her name Tracy? She looks like a Tracy, so I hope that's her name. But the relationship
Tracy.
Yeah, the relationship counselor, she said, you know, even by you insisting that y'all are just friends, you are protecting her. So, you know, I mean, everyone who's watching this, I feel like you've seen the episode, so you understand the vibes. Like, they are engaged, but a predilection for threesomes turned into a polyamorous relationship that has now morphed into a polygamous situation where this man Christian is trying to maintain two romantic relationships between women who no longer have even an amicable relationship between each other. One of them is obviously engaged to him, so she's going to be the wife. The other one doesn't even have aspirations, at least so she says. At one point, she did admit to being in love with him, but other times she just was, oh, I just want to keep having sex with him. Oh, I mean, it don't matter. Like, I know my position, blah, blah, blah. She is kind of like supposedly just a friend. He keeps saying that's just my friend, but also my lover. Yeah, it's getting sticky because the lover doesn't want to go. But the fact that he's going to marry this woman implies that he is interested in monogamy. And it looks like he has gotten very comfortable in a poly situation. So it's now tense. Do you know what the most hilarious thing was? Because they spent the entire episode working out this drama. They had the nerve to get up there and say, we really came here to talk about communication issues.
That's the least of y'all worries right now.
I said, what?
You need to sort out some of this mess that you got going on before we even get to communication.
I was going to tell her that I don't like the way she gives me the silent treatment. Meanwhile, Mona's in the kitchen frying upstairs. Delusion. It's delusion. It was so much delusion, but yeah. So yeah, it was crazy to see. Like, I do appreciate Tracy, because in so many other shows where they're a therapist, they slow walk the takeaways, right? Yeah. And they kind of coddle some of the people there. Tracy just goes straight at them. She's like, we got 3 days. I ain't got time to play around with you.
Some guidelines. So then your second task is to break up with Mona. Both of you together. Because you
no, you are protecting her. She's obviously more than a friend, and you're lying about the setup of this relationship.
She ain't come to play, Tracy.
No, and she told them to break up with Mona together.
Yeah, she did. She did. That was wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, and do you know what? It's interesting because obviously I put down in my notes when I was watching it the part where he talked about the friend thing. He said obviously Mona came with me, and I put in brackets, that is an aspect of triangulation, right? To hold on to power, because this Mona situation is your friend. We get it. But to bring, so basically he said, I'm not giving up Mona, because if I give up Mona, that's part of my power being taken away if I give up Mona. I mean, I get it that there's obviously some feelings attached, but the fact that he was trying to hold on to Mona in that, for me, was like, I was like, this guy is really trying to use Mona as, it's almost as if like, look, hey, the Mona situation, because the Mona situation opens the door to everything else that's mad, right? Because if I've got the Mona thing, yeah, then everything else goes. Like, do you know what I mean? Everything else is gonna funnel from that, because we've already got a mad situation with Mona being involved as a friend. If you can accept that, why can't you accept all the other madnesses? Because this is already mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the fact that we're even, and you know, I think us guys love to do this thing where we like to pretend as if like, oh, that girl's my friend, and you having sex with her, and you know, that can't be your friend. Like, it's not your girlfriend, but it's definitely not your friend once you're starting to have sex with this girl. Okay, so
definitely your girlfriend. For sure. For sure. Are you
at least your sex partner?
That's a different.
At least.
Are you consistently spending time with her, in and out of the bedroom? Then that's your girlfriend. I hate to tell you.
And calling her over whenever you feel like it is problematic in that sense, man. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. They did have to break up together with her, and that was a interesting scene. She didn't take it too good at first.
She did not take it well, and I feel like the first breakup didn't even stick. I feel like she didn't care. She's like, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
please.
She said, listen, like a fly that won't die. So, pra, pra.
Exactly. And then he had to circle back and break up with her alone, and he did it very firmly.
I was surprised.
I was surprised. I was proud of him. I was hopeful for them because I actually could see the feelings between him and Renata, and I felt like they really did love each other. So I was really, really proud of him for doing that. And to be honest, I felt bad for Mona.
I know.
I felt bad for her. Yeah, she was crying. She was sobbing her little eyes out, and you could tell she was really hurt. And I could see in that moment just kind of like the low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I felt, and I could see how she was giving so much to him, and then to be rejected by him. Painful. I hurt for her.
For us to move forward, we have to cut this.
Yeah.
Mona,
like
we can't deal with it.
So now y'all are weak.
No,
that's what we
trying to restructure
to make us work.
I hurt for her. Yeah.
I think also the fact that, because we saw earlier on her kind of having a back and forth with Renata as well, saying that she ain't going nowhere. So I think also as well, it's almost like when they say in an argument, when you get into an argument, don't go too high, because when you have to come down and apologize, there's a lot to come down to when you got to apologize, and the pride is high, right? And it's like with Renata, she was going back and forth saying, I'm always gonna be here, and she made it such a big issue. And when Renata was just saying, look, I just need you to have some boundaries, and Renata and Mona was just like, I'm always gonna be here. It is what it is. You're gonna have to get over it, deal with it. And then to get the flip and then see him break up with her, you know, she lost all that high ground that she felt she had.
Yeah.
And I think what I noticed about Mona was she found solace in being special to Christian, right? So that's the way she kind of logically made sense of her being an extra on the side of a relationship, which is, I am special in his eyes. And that's why she was battling almost Renata, even though she said she's not battling her. She was battling her to say, I'm the special one, right? And that's what gave her, I guess, the confidence to be able to stay there, you know, because, you know, you have to feel special. So that was her thing that made her feel special. She did
feel special, because she was the longest lasting lover, so to speak. You know what I mean? The way that Christian presents himself and shows up in the world, you're either going to ignore it, you're going to clown him for it, you're going to dislike him for it, or you're going to be attracted to it. You know what I mean? It's very much a real sexual strategy, peacocking. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's very larger than life. He's very much like, you either are all in, you're all about this, or you're not. And that is sort of in itself a weeding out process. Yeah. So the women who end up being attracted to him and sort of even going on a first date with him, that's a specific type of woman to begin with. And like Mona had said that he will never be satisfied by one woman.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And she also said that she was there before Renata. Did she say that? Like, she was like, it was like, she was like, I was here.
I was always, before.
And then Renata was saying, but he's never going to marry you.
Yeah, you're never going to be the
saying,
one.
I don't care. He'll never be faithful to you. He'll never be faithful to like any one wife, basically. And so that was crazy.
Cheating husband. Like, what that mean?
Come on now, Christian. You can't stick to one woman. I don't like you right now. Such a ass.
Because it was like, Mona has accepted, okay, this will never be my ideal fairy tale. But at some point when a woman stays in that relationship or a man stays in that type of relationship, what you're saying is, I don't believe that my fairy tale is possible for me. So I'm going to accept this version of love, and I'm going to find solace in it where I can. Like she was trying to tell his mom and his friend, I'm special. That's the reason I'm special, because I'm different than all of them. It's like, you're not. They probably all just got tired of it and left. And you stuck around. And that does make her special. It does actually give her power. And I think that Christian is going to find out one day how much power Mona actually does have over him. If she were to find the strength to leave before he wanted to get rid of her,
he would have finished.
Oh, he would be hurt. He would be scratching, sending her angry texts, showing up at her house,
so you ain't gonna leave like that,
embarrassing himself, trying to start arguments with her just to get her attention. He would be doing a lot because he needs her now. And it's a lot of pressure, because one day, like when you put somebody up on a pedestal, they're never going to be able to live up to this god or goddess that you built them up to be in your head. So one day when they fall, oh my goodness, it's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think, just even, you're right, but she did mention that she felt she was special. She did say those actual words. She said she'll fly across the water if she wants to, because Christian's the one that's calling. She said she was there before all the women as well. So, she really did have a special place in Christian's life. Whether we like it or not, whether we agree with how she's special, is another story. But she was special in some way in his life. Yeah. And I think it's unfortunate the way it's happened, but you're right. I think this is also to do with like how breakups really hurt people, because it's like, first mover, gets to set the precedence. Whoever gets to dump the person first really does get some power in that sense, right? Because if you if you get broken up with, it is hella painful. It's hella painful, right? And you're always searching to kind of get back there. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not you that had control of the breakage, right? So unless you were fully ready to break up with that person, in most cases, most people are gonna feel some type of way being broken up.
Can build together. Like Renata said, Mona, you're not in my house. I don't want to be in your house. I just want to you like I've been doing, and I want to go about my business.
But obviously you can't do that.
With, because you didn't have the option to do it you did, but you didn't take the option to do it yourself. So I did feel for Mona in that respect, because he really took it and he really did deliver it. Like, he didn't just do it like, Mona, I think like we should break up. He said, listen, we're gonna break up.
Yeah.
He said, and when he was consoling her, he was like, yeah, I hear you, but it is what it is. We're gonna
He said, I want you to leave.
Yeah, you got to go. Pack your bags.
He said, I want you to leave. And then
he didn't even say stay for the ride.
Nah. Go home now.
He said, get your bags.
We're done.
Get the packing, okay? Because my wife is feeling uncomfortable. My future wife.
Ooh. And that's why I had so much hope. You know what's crazy? I didn't even watch the last 3 or 4 minutes of the episode because I was so confident that they had buttoned that issue up. I was like, look at that. The whole family, I saw the beginning parts of where the family gave them blessings, and I cut it off when they took the family picture. By accident, I like the last few minutes of the episodes played. I wanted to just like clear out, I think, my watch history. The last few minutes of the episode played. I said, what? What?
Didn't make it?
Christian, you went back to her? Oh, I said,
went back to them streets,
man. But you know what? Then when I thought back on it, I was like, because I thought he had been uncomfortable because he had been pushed so far outside of his comfort zone to like hurt a person who he cared about. And that's why I thought he was kind of like when he was with Tracy and with the other girl, I was like, first of all, he's immature. He's expecting to be worshipped in a relationship. I'm trying to understand why. Do you know what I mean? Why do you expect that? Why do you think that love equals at like worship like a god, you know, like that was crazy to me. But I was like, and she told him, she's like, that's not what a mature relationship is. And he didn't look like he fully took that in, but I was like, you know, that's a growth process for many men. Okay. Many men who are egocentric, takes them a little while to understand. I do not need to worship you at your feet in order to prove that I love you. Okay. Stop looking in the mirror so hard. Okay. You're going to get hypnotized by your own beauty. All right. Just like
That's
understand you're just a regular human being. Okay. Like I don't need to worship you. So I felt like maybe he just has to grow up a little bit, and he's probably ready to do so with Renata. Yeah. Man, when they told us that he went back to seeing Mona and Renata gave him the ring back, I was like, dang, man. But Mona knew. She said, I give it 10 days.
Yeah, she did. You know, I didn't believe her. Because I thought the way he delivered it, though, was so confident.
Start this chapter without you in it. I want you to leave so we can work on our man.
Okay.
Told her to pack her
That's what
bags.
had me. He was so callous about it.
Yeah.
And that also made me think, like, once I found out that he went back to her, that also means, girl, you took him back. Okay.
That's
maybe
true.
she didn't. Maybe even just the simple fact that he tried was enough for Renata to be like, I'm done with you. Not even really done. That was also a disappointment. Just called off the wedding, but didn't stop seeing him.
Yeah,
I said, girl, okay, so you joined the cult. So you are now dressed in all white, following this man across America in the back of a van. Because why are you still even dating him? So
Who
anyway.
else will love her, she says. That's what they usually say to themselves. And then, that's the reason why.
Yeah.
That's the reason why people stay in those kind of situations. They think who else will love them, who else will care for them,
so
who else
many
will find them.
So many people.
Desperation.
Maybe they won't be as charismatic. Maybe they will. But maybe they won't be as charismatic as him. Maybe they won't be as flamboyant. Maybe you won't be as maybe not as exciting. He seems very like exuberant and full of life. Yeah. Maybe not as passionate as him. But you can have all of the love that you're willing to give someone back without this aspect of pain. Okay. Like you don't have to deal with this. But yeah, no, it was crazy. It was crazy. And Mona was right. Mona does know him. But that also, like, that's what I was gonna say. When the way he was so callous dumping her and she took it and then they got back together, it kind of made me think, like, how often have you been callous with her?
Yeah.
Like, how often are you just careless with her feelings? Do you enjoy that aspect of your relationship, that you can just be very dismissive of her and know that there are no lasting consequences to that?
Like I said, why would you give it up if your person's not going to make you give it up?
He didn't give it up. He pressed pause.
Why would I give it up? And I'm saying that because, like, he isn't much different from, you know, when I used to execute in the dark days. You know what I'm saying? He ain't much different. Like, I may not be having sex with girls, but I knew what females I could go to whenever I needed to get an ego boost. I know which ones I could go if I wanted to sleep with. I know which ones I could go to and call up and not talk to for 6 months and come back again. Us men know, you know what I'm saying? We test those waters and we see where the boundaries are with those women. So if you know that you can keep coming back to that girl, why am I going to loose you out to the wild? No, I'm going to keep you into as long as I can. Hold you there.
So true. So true. It's wrong, it's foul, but you know,
I don't
it
regret
happens.
It. I won't lie to you, I don't regret it. It's part of the game. I can't lie to you. I don't. No, because I was saying to you, if you look for a guy to feel remorseful, most of us are not going to feel remorseful.
That's
because the way we see it as is if you didn't. It's a game. Why didn't you know? Why didn't you realize that if I left for 6 months and come back after 6 months,
that's hurtful.
I don't want you.
That's so hurtful.
Why do you not know that? Why do you not know that you wanted me to talk to you every single day, and I talked to you? I said I'm going to talk to you every week, and you don't like the fact that I come back every week, and you don't leave. Why would you not? If you stay there, I'm looking at you like, that's your business. I don't feel regret.
Ooh.
Don't feel regret. It is what it is.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So ladies, please, when I tell you there are dark arts out there, and when I'm saying us men do not care about your feelings, We don't care about your feelings. So please look after yourself. Okay? If you want a man that's going to be stable emotionally, you want him to care for you, you want him to be there, please state that and hold on to that. Do not accept far less than that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because my old self would have taken advantage of that. I don't care who you are.
I
don't care what you're about.
Don't do it.
You been there, girl?
Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You been there, girl?
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
The way you get them flashbacks, girl.
Ooh, it's sad. It's sad and it is hurtful. But it's one of those things that honestly, once you recognize a pattern in your life, sometimes you don't recognize it until there's like catastrophic consequences, and then you look back, and then you're like, "How did I get here?" And you look back, and you're like, "Step by step, I got here. Step by step, I put one foot in front of the other. I did it this time. I did it this time. I did it this time. I did it this time." Yeah. Renata, I want better for her. I want better for Mona as well. I want better for Mona. I want better for Christian, but I feel like Christian has no reason to be better. Apparently, like Renata was his reason, and apparently it wasn't enough.
You can't want it more. You can't want to change because of a girl. This is why. Let me not mention the two names as always, because we've been talking about them all season. But this is why you can't change for someone else. You got to want to change. You know what I'm saying? Any guy that tells you that I've changed because you made me change is chatting absolutely cat. You know what I'm saying? He's not changing because of you. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might have met him at a better time, and he equates the fact that he's changed and you are in that vicinity at that time. But no man changes because of a woman. We don't. We change because it's the right time for us to change at that point in the season. We've learned enough to realize I'm going to change, or we've had enough failures in that time to change. So we don't change for you. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, guys, whilst Layla's in the spirit, we're gonna love you and leave you for this episode. Make sure you check it out if you haven't. If you have, fantastic. Enjoy this review. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you as well. And make sure as well you check out our episode 4 review that will be coming out a few days later. But until then, guys, stay locked, stay loaded, and we appreciate you, baby. Little black girl, you know what time it is.